Good evening, and thank you all for joining the webinar organized by SaraswatiOnline.com on MBBS opportunities in Ukraine. SaraswatiOnline.com is an education service facilitator established in the year 2000. We are the pioneers in promoting education exchange programs in the field of medicine in Asia and Europe. With 20 plus years of experience in the field, we take pride in the fact that we have 6,400 plus medical students already enrolled through us. More than 4,000 of them are practicing doctors, of which 2,500 plus are from India and are currently serving as knowledgeable professionals. At SaraswatiOnline.com, we don't just get you admitted to a foreign university and drop you from memory. We are the only organization that's with you every step of the way as well. We have student coordinators present 24/7 on the foreign university campuses to help you overcome any difficulty during and after the MBBS course. We also provide orientation classes, licensing test support, and complete online logistics and study support. We have organized this webinar to help you get all your queries about MBBS opportunities in Ukraine answered by experts. We will answer your questions. To ask a question, all you have to do is unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Our panelists are here. They will be answering your queries. We have been joined today by Mr. Ashok Kumar Singh, Senior Medical Education Advisor of SaraswatiOnline.com. Ashok sir, welcome and thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you for joining. What we have done is, sir, as we mentioned, what we have done is we have collected the common questions that the students generally have in mind while choosing a destination. And we have collected those questions and we would like to hear from you. We would like to get the answers from you. So I believe the session and the webinar will be helpful for the aspiring students. So sir, moving on to the questions, I would not waste much time. So firstly, just tell us why a student should choose Ukraine as a destination for studying MBBS.
Thank you, Anvisha, and welcome all participants in this webinar. See, generally, Ukraine, or if you go 30 years back, it was USSR who started this cheap medical studies for the non-English speaking student. And this I'm talking about 200 years back. So it was USSR who started this, and Ukraine was positioned very strategically. Ukraine is currently an East European country. So the weather was very nice and the location was strategically placed near Europe. So earlier also, when USSR started opening medical university, Ukraine got the second oldest medical university of USSR. First was the obviously Kazan state, which was opened in old Russian city of Kazan. And the second was the Lviv National Medical University, which is there in the Lviv city of Ukraine. So Ukraine is one of the pioneer country where all this medical education started being set up by the Russian country. So Ukraine is currently a very popular nation also, because Ukraine has got some 16 very old government universities where the standard of teaching is high and the tuition fee is very affordable. The tuition fee ranges between $4,000 to $5,000. It's very affordable, and universities are very old. Some universities are even more than 100-year, 150-year, 200-year-old university. So Ukraine does have very good infrastructure and does have very good facility to teach MBBS for the students. That is why students should go to Ukraine if they are looking an option which is affordable and which can give them a very good flavor, European flavor, good peaceful country. So Ukraine they can select.
Right, sir. So, just can you give us an idea of the duration of the course, and a basic idea about the eligibility?
Yes, Ukraine doesn't have any other entrance test. So basically, if a student has qualified in the NEET exam, I'm talking about the Indian student, they can go and study MBBS in Ukraine. And the duration of the course is 6 years. It's a 6 year, strictly 6 year. So if somebody is telling you anything like 5 year and all, so it's not at all there. So you have to study for 6 years, and then you have to come back to India and do your internship, because internship of Ukraine or Russia is not allowed, not recognized by National Medical Council. So you have to do your internship in India, and 6 years of academics will be there in Ukraine.
Okay, so also, can you tell us about what are the languages that are spoken in Ukraine, and do the students need to learn any other local language during their course or during their stay?
Very good question, Anvisha. See, language is one of the very important parameter when you are deciding a university. So Russia or previously USSR, they do have this problem. A lot of Russian medical university have got bilingual program where 3 year of study is in English and the last 3 year of study is in Russian. But Ukraine, you don't have this problem. This is why a lot of students go and study in Ukraine, because Ukraine, you can study all 6 years in English. But if you want to understand clinical aspects better, it's always advisable that you learn the local language. Earlier or till now also, all this USSR country still speaks mostly Russian, and Ukraine being in the neighborhood of Europe, so English is also a widely spoken language in Ukraine. But you need to study the local language or Russian if you want to get more exposure as far as clinical aspect is concerned. But the academics will be purely in English, so don't worry on that.
Right. So, from the end of the universities, are there any, do they support or do they help the students to study the local language, or do the students have to do that on their own?
No, they support. They support. University will definitely encourages and motivate students to understand the local language or learn the local.
Right. So, can we say that the students don't really face any problems? Like, since what happens is, since the teachers are foreign teachers, so the students find the accent at times difficult to understand. So, is that problem common in Ukraine, or is it manageable?
It's manageable. Statistic is the biggest proof on Visa. The highest number of student who is going abroad to study MBBS from India, they are going to Ukraine. Ukraine attracts the highest number of students from India. Every year, more than 4,000 and less than 5,000. So the statistic is in between 4,000 to 5,000 students go and to Ukraine for study this MBBS program. And a lot of Indian students are there in all university. So it's very easy for new aspirants who are willing or who are just trying to understand the universities of Ukraine. If you have made your mind, or if you're planning, I would suggest you can go and study in Ukraine. You will not find any problem.
Right. Sir, also, I know you mentioned that the weather in Ukraine is very nice and warm and cozy.
Yeah.
So, we would like you to just detail on that a bit about how the students can expect the weather to be.
Yes. See, the Ukraine weather is not tropical weather like Mumbai or Chennai of India, but it's not very chilly also. like some Siberian city of Russia. So 9 months you can find a very pleasant weather. The winters are little cold. Sometimes you will, some cities even get temperature around some 0, -1, -2, but that is bearable. But in Russia, though, some cities get to temperature like -20, -15 degrees. So it's not in Ukraine. Ukraine, only the winters are little chilly. Otherwise, 9 months you will get a pleasant weather there.
Right. And also, sir, since the students, for many of the girls students and also for the boys, the concern is about the safety of the students in the universities and the dorms. So what would you say, how good is the safety of the universities?
Yes, on Visha here, my answer would be, see, you do your own research, because Ukraine, some universities, as I told you, are very old universities. So students generally don't stay there in their dormitory or hostel. Rather, they choose to stay outside university. So this is what the Indian students does, and they stay outside the campus, and they feel comfortable taking a flat on rent, and they manage like that. So this is how this is the tradition of Indian students. See, once you are outside campus, university will not interfere in your privacy or other thing. But if you choose to stay in university, you can stay there. But buildings are little old. This hostels, some universities have got very very good hostel also. But few university, as I told you, they are very old university. So students doesn't stay there. But it's very cheap to stay outside also. A lot of Indians are running those hostels. So they will serve you even Indian food, and they will give you safety also. All aspects, security aspects for the girls, they are only managing these things. So you can do your research. Whenever you are selecting a university, you can talk to our experts, and they will tell you the particular case to case basis which university you should select.
So, sir, overall as a country, we can say that
It's a very
Ukraine
safe,
is safe for students.
very safe, very safe. As a
Right.
country, it's very safe.
Right. So, sir, what would you say the cost of living can be like for a student who is, choosing to stay in the hostel, or if they are willing to rent an apartment or a flat? What would you say the cost of living can be like?
It's a generally around $200 per month. This is what you need to spend if you are choosing to stay whether outside or in the hostel. Because for the food, $100 to $120 per month is the expense. Even if you are staying in hostel, if you are staying in a dormitory hostel, you can get at $50 per month kind of arrangement. It's around $600 per year. If you are choosing to stay outside, you can get accommodation in $1,200 per year. So basically, it's around $1,000. Sorry, $100 per month. So $100 for the accommodation and $100 for the food. So basically, it's a $200 per month you need to spend.
Right. Okay, sir. So, sir, just taking a detour, I see we have been joined by Prachet Banerjee. So, Prachet is a student of saraswationline.com and is currently studying in Ukraine. He is a
Yes,
2017 batch student of Bogomolets National Medical University. Hello, Prachet. Thank you very much for joining us
hello,
today.
hello.
We would love
The
to
pleasure is all
hear
mine.
from
Thank you.
your end about some of your experiences of studying in Ukraine.
No, the studies in Ukraine are totally fine and they are up to the mark. People talk about China and all, so I think Ukraine can it's the best for me. I think it was very very nice for me, Ukraine, and the cost of living is okay for me. That's like Sir said, it's like around $150 to $200 per month. And if you choose to stay in the hostel, it's like $60 to $70 a room or a bed with sharing, and the food and all. the students won't have a problem there, I guess. And the studies are up to the mark. The teachers are good. The classes, we are having online classes right now, so everything is going fine. The study quality, I am in Bogomolets, so the education quality is like up to the mark. It's top notch, I think so. Practicals are well equipment. Like the practicals are done really well. The teachers are good. Teachers is like.
Right. So overall, we can say that you are having a good
Yes,
experience
yes.
studying.
Yep.
Right. Okay, Prachay, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for sharing, and please be with
Pleasure's all
us.
mine. Yeah, sure.
I'll be asking some questions to Ashok
Yeah,
sir.
sure.
If you feel like pitching in and answering the questions from your point of view, you can surely do that.
Sure.
Thank you for joining. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you.
So, sir, moving back to the questions, I would ask, what would you say about the connectivity? Like, how is the connectivity between India and Ukraine? Are flights available, or if you can throw some light on that?
Yes, yes. See, Ukraine has got three big cities which has got international airport: the Kyiv, the capital city, Kharkiv, and the Lviv. And flights, there are no direct flights from Delhi, but via Middle East, you can go to these three cities. So you have to take you have to take, if you're traveling from Delhi to Kyiv, you have to take one stop flight. So through Middle East, connectivity is there to all these cities. So you can travel very easily. The travel time will be somewhere around 8 to 10 hours.
Also, sir, what about the visa? Is student visa available? Like, is it easy to avail a student visa for Ukraine?
Yes, yes. Uh, Ukraine visa is not difficult now. You can easily get the visa, and we are there to support. We are there to help students. So if you find any problem in visa, we can definitely help you.
Right. And sir, if you can give us some information about the hospitals present there, like what kind of clinical training do the students get, and what kind of hospitals are available in the country?
This question, I would invite Prachet. Prachet can better tell about the hospital. So Prachet, if you can answer this.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Like there's no certain hospital in the campus. I study in the Bogomolets National Medical University. There are no hospital in the campus, but the Bogomolets University, they train throughout the hospitals across the city. Like they have access to all the hospitals. So, like depending upon the class, you get to visit different hospitals every time there's a surgery class, or there's a clinical training track like pediatrics, or there's a pediatric hospital totally assigned for pediatrics, and for surgery there's a total different hospital. So you get to know all the hospitals in Kyiv, and you get to visit all of them, not visiting only one hospital like in the campus. There's no such thing in Ukraine. So that's a very good plus point, I think, that Ukraine has over other countries in medical studies. Yeah.
Thank you, Prachit. Here I would like to comment. See, I intentionally said, Prachit, to answer this because, see, whether you are studying in Georgia or Ukraine or those nearby adjacent European countries, trend is they send students to all attached hospitals and give them exposure to all departments, different departments in different hospitals. See, there is advantage of this practice. Advantage is, as Prachit said, you get exposure to all the hospitals of the city. And see, as I'm a counselor, so my personal view is sometimes there is different advantage if a hospital is present in the campus. You have resident doctor there. You can see surgeries there, and or Those advantages are there if the hospital is within the campus. But
Yes, absolutely, yes.
See, that is why, I'm just giving the practical view.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
360-degree view. There are advantages and there are disadvantages. But yes, initial as a beginner, this is why I said in the beginning also, the internship you have to do in India. This 1 year of internship you have to do in India.
That is compulsory, yes.
You can learn the Indian patient, Indian disease. But during your study time, you can see different hospitals and you can see the structure, you can see the department, you can see the machines, you can see the people who are supporting the hospital, the
medical staff, yes.
Yes, this learning you can have. So this is what
absolutely, yes.
Also, if one of you can throw the light on, if there are some emergency situations that the students are facing, like if they fall sick or if they are not well, so what measurements are taken from the end of the university, or what is the availability of emergency services?
See, Prachet can tell you about the particular university of Bogomilets, and I can tell you the general this. See, Europe has got a very high level of value for a human being. So they will treat you very well, and they will definitely take care of all your this health. And this is true for all European country. But Prachet can tell you about the Bogomilets University, if he can share.
Like emergencies can, like if the student faces emergency like a health condition, or the paramedic services there are like very efficient. They come within a minute or so, because they are always like patrolling the city. So you give them a call, they are at your doorstep in just 2 to 3 minutes. So I've seen my friend, like he was suffering, so I had to call an ambulance. So that's pretty easy. Like the paramedic service and the hospitals there are very, like you can say, student friendly or like patient friendly, you can say. And everything is the preliminary examination of the patient is free of cost. So there's no charge for, like, if you go for a checkup or there's an emergency, they'll charge you something. No, the government hospitals are absolutely free, and it's the case all over the Europe, I guess.
Yes.
Right. So, sir, if you can throw some light on what are the scholarship, facilities or opportunities available for the students, for meritorious students, are there any?
No, as far as my knowledge is concerned, Ukraine, especially for the MBBS program, doesn't offer any kind of scholarship like China for the foreign students. There is no scholarship.
Right. And also, sir, if you can tell us, like, since the curriculum in Ukraine is different from that of Indian curriculum, so do the students face any problem adapting to the Indian system of medical studies if they are planning to shift back to India after completing the course? How is that transition like?
Here, I would like to say something. See, Ukraine has got system of this Croc 1 and Croc 2. These exams happen after 3 years and after completion of course. This exam is basically a preparatory program to test students' learning. And I'm telling you, those students who does well in Croc 1 and Croc 2, for them FMG is not difficult. So FMG exam is very easy, and this continuous checking system is there in Ukraine. So if students are doing well, they will definitely score good marks in Croc 1 and Croc
2. Right. So we can say that the students are more or less prepared by the universities
Yes.
for taking the FMGE exam that they have to.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so if the participants have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask the questions. We have Mr. Ashok with us and he will be answering the question. Meanwhile, sir, to wrap it up, I would just like to hear from your end just some tips for the students on how to select a particular destination, or what about Ukraine they should look after if they're planning to go to Ukraine.
See, my idea is I might be telling you this opinion after talking to many students in the last 10 years. So my idea is whenever you are selecting a university or a country, 3, 4 parameters are very important. One is definitely your budget, and Ukraine fits in that part. Ukraine, if you have lower budget, see $4,500 per year kind of fees, and you can get best universities in Ukraine. So budget. Number 2 is definitely your academics. See, academics, all old university, those universities which are old, the magic is or how you can choose with the vintage. If some universities are 50-year-old university or 100-year-old university, if they have sustained for that long, that means they have the infrastructure and they have the teacher and they have the capability to teach. So whenever you are selecting university, see how old those universities. And Ukraine qualify in that also, because I told you a lot of universities are very old. Now, third parameter is Indian pattern and the FMGA exam. Now see, as now NMC has taken over and the next exam is also on the card. So anytime they can declare about this next exam, which will be for both Indian student as well as foreign medical graduate. So that nullifies now. That thing, no, that FMG factor, now it gets nullified. So if you are looking for quality university and you are looking at affordable price and you are looking at a good academic system, I'm not telling you you will be getting the best academic system, but good academic system at very affordable price and very old university, you should select Ukraine. Ukraine should be your number one choice. And as far as now the fourth parameter is quality of life and safety and all those non-academic part. See, you will not, you will find Ukraine in that parameter also a big tick. So quality of life is there since it's a East European country. It's a very affordable, it's a very old university. And this is why all these three parameters are pushing a lot of students to go to Ukraine to study. So Ukraine fits the bill here. In all these three parameters, Ukraine gets 9 out of 10. In academics, I will give Ukraine 7 out of 10. This is what my recommendation and my suggestion.
Okay, thank you, sir. If any of the participants have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask the questions. Apart from that, I would request my IT team to please share the screen so that we can show the participants how they can reach us easily and get in touch with our counselors and set up appointments. So all you have to do is you have to visit www.saraswationline.com. Once you visit the page, you will find an option, a button for Talk to Experts at the bottom of the screen. You just have to click on the button. Once you click on the button, you will find our expert counselors listed there. So you just have to select your location and click on the Connect Now button, and you can set up a meeting easily with our counselors and experts. Apart from that, what you can do is you can give us a missed call and our experts will get in touch with you. The missed call number is available on the website. It's 96673 49911. I repeat, it's 96673 49911. Apart from that, you can also reach us. You can chat with us online. You will find a chat bot at the bottom of the screen. You click on the chat bot and you can type in your queries, and our experts will answer you and will get in touch with you to clear your doubts. Apart from that, you can reach us on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp us button is available at the top right corner, top left corner of the website. I will say the number. You can just click on the WhatsApp us button from the website, or you can take down the number. The number is 91633 71185. I repeat, it's 91633 71185. So these are the very few simple steps in which you can set up a meeting with us, you can get in touch with us, and we will be there to answer your queries. So lastly, I would like to thank all the participants for joining the webinar. Ashok sir, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you for answering. I believe that our webinar was helpful for the aspiring students who are trying to decide on which destination they want to choose. Sir, thank you again for joining us. Prachit, thank you very much for joining us today. And I would like to thank all the participants. And if anyone wants to get in touch, you can easily get in touch and we will be there to help you out. All the very best for your future. If you wish to become a doctor, if you wish to become a successful doctor, saraswationline.com will be there with you every step of the way. Thank you.